welcome to the Vintage Dreamer Makes. My name is Becca Jan, and this is podcast episode number 7. And this is a very exciting episode today because I am doing my first giveaway. And I'm really excited because Andrea from Woolen Women Fibers and Lindsay from Simply Serving gave me some things to give away today. And I also am donating something to give away. And I'm going to ship anywhere in the world, so anyone can enter, and I will explain towards the end of the episode how to win everything and what you will win if you are indeed a winner. So this podcast will most likely be a short podcast because I am super excited to get to the giveaway, but I have a few things to show you. This month has been a pretty bad month for me health-wise. I have been having this eye issue that I've been dealing with. I've been having trouble seeing. I finally was able to see an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, and he was able to look at my eyes. My eyes are fine, but I don't know if this is TMI, but in my eyelid, the glands are getting clogged up. And unfortunately, that's not something you can get rid of permanently, but it's something you can treat. So I have to do warm compresses every day, and I have an antibiotic ointment for my eyelid. It's really obnoxious. But now that I know what to do for it, I can help it stay away as much as I can. The season change affects it too, which is really weird. The pressure so the days where it's raining one day and then sunny the next, that kills my eye. When it's turning winter, when it's turning into spring, those transitions are annoying for my eyes. But now I have tools, so that's good. And then, I don't know if you're a longtime viewer, you know that I deal with chronic pain. And this month, man, I haven't been able to use my shoulder. I went to physical therapy and then got some exercises, and my whole spine and neck just went berserk. And I could barely move my head as of 2 days ago. It's a little bit better. I'm seeing another physical therapist tomorrow, so hopefully that will help. So yeah, I've been in so much pain and so bad that I can barely move. So it's been a little tough trying to hit my deadline, so I'm a little late on my giveaway. I'm a little late on my shop opening. For my shop opening, I have about 45 charms that I'm going to be listing. That's the biggest amount that I've carved so far in one shop opening. So I'm really excited about that. And I finally started a newsletter. Thank you for everyone who replied to my question last podcast about the newsletter. It gave me the drive to start working on that and figuring it out. So if you want to be the first to know about my shop updates, the very first to know, sign up to my newsletter. I've been thinking of ways for perks for my newsletter because of Etsy's fees and because of how long it takes me to carve something. I can't really do free shipping unless you buy 2 or more charms, and discounts are difficult because I won't be making a profit if I do discounts. But what I was thinking of doing is those people on the newsletter will find out about when my shop update will be, and then they're the only ones who will know, and then my shop will go live and they'll have first dibs on what's available. And then maybe after a day of it being listed, I will start advertising on Instagram. So if you want to be the first person to know about my shop update and get a heads up so you can get to the items quicker in case there's something you want, then sign up to the newsletter. That's a great place to keep up to date with me. And I know a lot of people aren't on Instagram and some people aren't on YouTube, so the newsletter will help bring everyone together. Do you remember when Instagram went down for a day? I think it was a day. Maybe it was 2 days. I don't remember, but I think that was the realization to shop owners that they better start a newsletter, because if Instagram or YouTube goes under, you've lost all of your customers. But with a newsletter, you always have a way to get a hold of them, and they have a way to get a hold of you. So I think getting a newsletter will be good for that too. Okay, it's whip time. I don't have a ton of whips this time to show you. Okay, so my first work in progress is in this bag. I made this bag. Isn't it nice? Sort of. It's kind of an annoying bag, but it looks cute. I like how it's tall, but the pockets inside that I made are just too floppy. I found a pattern on Etsy, and the pattern was terrible. So I took the pattern, kind of fixed it a little bit because the instructions were really confusing. And this is what I got. It does the job, and it's cute. So that's all about I can say for it. I'm really proud of it, even though it's not one of my favorite bags. I don't like bag making, but I have a lot of fabric to make bags. I know, I don't know why I do that to myself, but inside is my project. I call this my Santa Fe shoulder cowl. And the reason is the yarn that I'm using is by DyeWorksstudio, and the colorway is Santa Fe. I'm going to be going to Santa Fe very soon for a special art thing that I've been waiting over 2 years to finally get to go to. So I'm really excited. And when I saw that Diane from DyeWorksstudio had a skein of yarn called Santa Fe inspired by the turquoise and the adobe buildings, I had to get it. And I'm making 3 projects with it. I bought her slub base, her fingering base. I bought some of her seafoam alpaca, Surrey alpaca, and I think that's what it's called. I'll show you later. And so I'm making 3 things. One is a gift for a friend, a special friend, and the other 2 are for me to wear when I'm in Santa Fe. So the first one, this is a cowl, and this pattern is the Across the Waters by Lakeside yarn. Now this pattern, the design is beautiful. It's a beautiful design, but I struggled with it. I don't know if I'll ever make this again, even though it's the most beautiful design. So I'm trying to see. I can put a picture on the screen if I don't have it. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if you can see this very well, but that's kind of what it looks like. Now, I started this once and then I had to rip it all out and start again. I'm using this Aqua. This is the yarn that I had in my stash. And then this is the Santa Fe. So I'm doing those 2 together. This is a fingering weight and this is a DK weight. And the first time I did this, the Aqua that I used had too many colors in it and I needed a solid Aqua. So thankfully I found the color that I was looking for in my stash. So it's kind of hard to see, but here's what it's looking like together. Isn't that really pretty? I like the solid Aqua. I think that's very helpful. Now, the thing that I don't like about this pattern is you have to do short rows in order to shape it. The short rows she said to do caused, at least when I did it, and a few other people on Ravelry had this problem, caused holes in the knitting. So I ended up doing the German short rows, and there's still holes in it. Not as bad as it was. I saw a tutorial online by Patty Lyons. I'll put all the links down below to the German short row and the way to close up the gap. But on Patty Lyons' website, she had a tutorial about how to knit the wraps together, the double stitches together to help not have a hole. Now, I don't know if you can see, maybe you can't, but it created holes in there. But because this is knit pretty loosely with a bigger needle, the stitches are kind of already open a lot. So I'm hoping once it's blocked and reshaped, it'll kind of disappear. I've been told to go tight with the stitch in that area to help close the gap, but that's actually just, I don't know if you can see, it's causing a weird tension where it gets all clustered and then loose. So I'm trying to work on doing this a lot looser, and hopefully that will help. So that's what's been frustrating to me. And, you know, it's not the designer's fault because that's just how short rows are. And you have to do the short rows in order to get the gather where it's short and then drapes really big across the shoulder. So I don't know if I'm going to get all these projects done in time, but I've been knitting like crazy. Although the past couple days I haven't been able to knit because looking down was so painful. But yeah. So I'm really happy with this, and I have been chugging right along. Okay. So let's talk about, let's make sure I didn't miss anything. So that's Across the Waters by Lakeside Yarn. And the needle size, I went down to a 3mm needle and a 3.5mm needle. I knit pretty loosely, so the first time I started the pattern, I followed the needle size and it was just too loose. And then DyeWorksstudio is the Santa Fe in fingering, and then the Aqua is Houndstooth fiber arcs in Meander DK in the colorway Aqua, which they don't make anymore. And I looked up their website and it looks like they're revamping their website. I think they might have sold to someone else. I don't know. So I'm following their website to see if they open up again. The bag is by me. And I think that's pretty much it for that one. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This next project is called the Starshower Cowl, and it is in this Knitted Soiree bag. Isn't that cute with the teacups? I love this bag so much. Their bags are really good quality. And the Starshower Cowl is actually what I'm wearing right now. It's this. I've made 2 so far. The colorway is Santa Fe, and it's by DyeWorksstudio, and it's fingering. Isn't it beautiful? Do you see the aqua, or the, not aqua, well I guess it's kind of aqua, but the turquoise and the adobe orange colors. And then there's also some other really pretty sunset looking colors in there. This isn't my favorite cowl to knit, but it's very easy to wear. It's beautiful. And when you're making something for a friend, I made a shawl for someone once and they had no idea how to wear it. And I was new to knitting, so I didn't really know how to tell them. But what I love about this is it's easy. You just put it on your neck, put it on, drape it right over your neck, and it's self-explanatory. So I think it's a really good gift because it has the shawl effect without it being having to wrap it around and have a shawl tie and all of that. So if you need a good gift knit, I think this is a good one. It's turning out really pretty. I hope she likes it. So this is for a very special friend and mentor of mine. She is a watercolorist and she has given me about 3 of her paintings. She's gifted me, and she's one of my favorite watercolorists. And I wanted to give her something special for just being so nice to me. And I can't paint her something because she's way far more superior in painting than I am. I'm more of a sketcher. But yeah, I wanted to do something nice, and I thought, I know, I can knit something for her. And I'm going to see her in Santa Fe, so it's perfect. I thought, oh, I'll make this in Santa Fe colors, and it'll be not only a gift to her, but hopefully it'll be kind of a memento of Santa Fe. So that gives it that emotional connection. When she does paintings, sometimes she'll give her paintings away and there's an emotional connection. So I just wanted to do something that was meaningful since I can't paint something for her. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I have a lot to do. I have a lot to knit. So I really need to get my fingers a-flying. Okay. I am working on a sweater for Santa Fe, and I am out of my ever-loving mind. There's no way I'm gonna finish this, but I'm still gonna try. But look at this bag. This is one of my favorite sweater bags. It is so sturdy. It's cute and sturdy. This is by, I forgot how to pronounce her name. This is terrible. Tanai Casey. There we go, Tanai Casey. And it is so well made. Okay, this sweater, this is called the Rattlesnake Sweater. Now it's weird, it's called the Rattlesnake Sweater because there's a part of the sweater where it looks like a rattlesnake's tail, but it has a cactus. It has cacti all over the yoke. And I haven't gotten to that part, but let me see if I can find the picture. So there's the picture. Now normally I would pick my own colorway, but I really like the colorway in the pattern. So I am following the pattern exactly with the colors. Okay, so let's see. Should I show you the colors first? Yeah, I'll show you the colors first. So this is in, the yarn is by Spun Right Around, and it's in their Tweed DK. And this is the colorway, Care, Bear, Dare, Stare. And this is gonna be behind the cactus, the cacti. It's gonna have like a sunset effect. And then this bluish purple is called Ink. It's a blue, but it has like a hint of purple in it. So it's kind of hard to decide if it's purple or is it blue. Okay, and then this one, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is called, oh, Belly Flop. Okay, and then the neutral, here's the neutral. And this is called Lost Souls. And it has a little bit of purple in there, so it all ties together. So here's what I have so far. So I'm never making this sweater pattern again. Not because it's not a good pattern, but because you have to carry 3 strands of yarn at the same time, and I am horrible at that. I can do 2 strands of yarn, but 3 has just been terrible. Okay, but look at how beautiful that is. Here's why they call it the Rattlesnake Sweater, because it has like, it looks like a little rattlesnake's tail. I'm just about to get into the sunset and then into the cactus. Look at this little cactus I carved. Some of these are going in the shop. So that's where I'm at. I think it's going to be really pretty. But look at, how am I going to do this in time? I'm going to be on, there's no, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. We'll see if I can finish it. Now that I look at it, I'm like, oh, I've only just begun. But just doing 3 yarns at just doing 3 strands at a time is so hard for me. Look at the bag. It holds all of my skeins and the project. Okay. That's all my whips. I don't have a lot that I'm currently working on. I usually work on a lot more whips at the same time, but 3 right now is my limit. Okay, so now it's finished objects. I have 3 finished objects for you. First, I want to start with the gnome. As you probably already know, I'm doing a year of gnomes where I knit a gnome each month. Imagine Landscapes is putting it on, and last month for the month of March, this is my gnome. Now I don't have the yarn colors because it's just scraps from my stash. Oh, I need to cut that off. Isn't he cute? This pattern is the Never Not Gnoming. It's one of my favorites. I make it a lot, and it's just with the leftover scraps. Isn't he cute? I have not started April's yet, and April is almost over. So I'm thinking of doing the little tiny gnome called, I think it's called Niblet, but it's from the pattern, let's see, I wrote it down somewhere. No Fun Like Gnome Fun. And he's called Niblet, and he's about 1.5 inches. So he's really tiny. So that's what I'm gonna have time for. Thankfully that counts for a month, or I'd be in big trouble. And then next month, she's doing a mystery knit along, and I have some special yarn for that. Isn't that pretty? It's such a rich color. This is called Vampire Kiss, Sand Dune, and Snowball. And it is by Sea Turtle Fibers. And the gnome I hear is gonna be a color work gnome. So I'm thinking these 2 colors are probably gonna play off together, and this will be the beard. So that's gonna be really, really beautiful. So I'm excited about that. And this is for the month of May. I finally finished my Homestead Shawl. Are you ready to see it? So the first time I made this shawl, I made it with one skein of yarn, and it was a test knit for Woolen Women Fibers, and I did a video on it, a little video short. I took it out to a historic farm and took pictures really early in the morning. In one part of the video, you can hear the rooster crowing, but I had to make it again. But this time I made it with 2 skeins of yarn, so it's a lot bigger. I am just so happy with it. So the pattern is the Tumbling Waves Shawl by Krause, and the yarn is Woolen Women Fibers. I used 2 skeins in the colorway Potbelly, and this was in their special merino linen base, which is 90 superwash merino and 10% linen, and it gives it this rustic feel to it, and it blocks out so beautifully, and it's soft. You'd think it'd be itchy, but it's not. It's very soft. And let's see, the needle size I used was 3.75 millimeters, and it's 1 size smaller than the pattern called for. And I did 6 increases and 6 decreases. And I just think it is so lovely. I love this pattern because of how it's knit. You start out going back and forth, and you just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then once you get it to its biggest, you start decreasing. And then that's how you get the shawl, the shape of the shawl. Now, Michelle, has other patterns that do that. And there's one pattern, one shawl that I have my eye on that I'd like to do in the future. The one that I did for Woolen Women Fibers, it was a good size. But it was a little too small for my neck. So I wanted to make it a little bit bigger. I made it bigger than I was planning on making it, but that's okay. It's still really pretty. I just really love the lace detail. Go check out that video short I did, and you can see it really displayed well. I'll click a link down below to that video. But yeah, so there's that. As you know, I'm going to Santa Fe, and I finished 1 Santa Fe project so far. And I'm really excited about this one. Of course, I'm excited about everything I do, huh? I say that a lot. Okay, this is the Santa Fe wrap, and it is called the Noelani by Laura DeBratz. And the yarn is from DyeWorksstudio, and I used her cocoon slub in the colorway Santa Fe. And then I did her cumulus lace in the colorway Seafoam. That's this aqua and white. Now, let's see. So the slub was about 400, the cocoon slub in Santa Fe was 437 yards. And then the aqua was baby Surrey alpaca and silk. And that was about 50 grams. And I used needle size 4, 3.5 millimeter. It's so big and it's so squishy. Isn't it pretty? This is a lot bigger than I expected it to be. I knew it would be big. So I don't know. It's huge. Of course it's on top of a shawl, but it's really pretty. I wasn't sure about the colors. I don't usually wear a lot of orange, but I think with the Seafoam, that makes it a lot better. But yeah, it is big. It's so big. You could wear it like this too if you wanted to, like a blanket or a wrap. Thought it was really pretty. I just knit for about 2 weeks. This is what I just knit. I knit and knit and knit only on this. That's why all my other Santa Fe projects got behind. Well, that's all my finished objects. I only did 3, which I guess is pretty good. I've been doing a lot of carving this month, so that's been keeping me busy. My stomach's growling, I'm hungry. Okay, next we're gonna do show and tell. Okay, it's time for show and tell. I have some things to show you and talk to you about. So let's first start with Woolen Women Fibers. My friend Andrea and Samantha and Aggie, they work together. Aggie does the bag, Samantha does the charms, and Andrea does all the yarn dyeing. So I have some things to show you. The last episode, I talked about this mini skein for St. Patrick's Day, and look at these charms. And you saw the charms from Sam's Tiny Trinkets. And I made a comment, wouldn't this be a beautiful full skein? Well, I talked to Andrea and I asked her if she'd make me a full skein, and she did. This is called Lucky Charms. And look at this. It's so pretty. And I asked her to do it on her 75-25 base. This base was a different base. And she only had I think she only had mini skeins of this base. And 75-25 is my favorite base anyway, so it was a good alternative. But yeah, look. So this is going in my St. Patrick's Day pile for next year. I'm going to make something very special with this one. I also got, I don't remember, did I show this to you last time? This is a DPN holder. Oh no. A DPN holder that Aggie made. Isn't that fun fabric? And I almost forgot. She made me a St. Patrick's Day bag. I'll go get that. Okay, here it is. Has a nice tag on there. This is a box bottom. She had some fabric left over, so I asked her if she'd make me one, and she was able to. I'm very picky with my St. Patrick's Day bags. So when I see a bag that I like, I snatch it up. And I really, really liked this design and this pattern. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Judy from the Autumn Acorn Knits. I watch her podcast a lot whenever she posts it. I'm one of the first people to watch it. And she has started a new Patreon page. She is a natural yarn dyer, a knit and crochet wear designer, and a podcaster. And I've really been enjoying her Patreon videos. One of them was about natural yarn dyeing, and she showed the whole process. It was really worth it. I think I'm on the $6 a month tier. I'll have to look that up to know for sure, but I don't remember. But she has a lot of great videos, and she even has a tier higher up where you can subscribe and get a hand-dyed skein of yarn each month. So that's really neat. If you are interested in that, in getting a skein of yarn each month, go over there and check that out. I'm going to link down below the video to her Patreon trailer, and it kind of explains what her Patreon channel is about, but it's worth it for sure. So go on over to her Patreon page and take a look, because there's going to be a lot of great content to come. What was really neat about her Patreon page is, even though she just started, she already had videos already on there. So you sign up and there was already content. So that was really neat. She has a whole list of things that she's going to be doing that I'm very excited for. So yeah, go check her out. Judy from the Autumn Acorn. And then there's a new podcaster, Elizabeth from Holly Press Fibers. I buy a lot of her yarn, and I have shown some projects in my podcast using her yarn. I follow her. She lives in Montana, and I'm always keeping track of her new yarns. And she started a podcast, so that's really neat. So go check out her new podcast and give her some love. Comment and like on her page. I think she'd really like that, and you can watch her first podcast. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about my friend Lindsay from Simply Serving. I have been a loyal customer of her charms for a while now. I have a huge collection of her charms. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day soon. And now I get to consider her my friend. She has just started up some vlogs again, and I've always loved her vlogs. She is my favorite vlogger. I love seeing everything that she's up to. She does some cooking stuff, her kitty cats. I'm allergic to cats, so I have to live vicariously through her videos of cat snuggles because I can't, sadly, ever snuggle a cat because my throat would close up and I'd start wheezing. She has been branching out, and she has been making other things like bookmarks and needle minders and other accessories. And I wanted to show you some of her recent charms. Look at this box. I love this sticker. This is her artwork. And I kept this box because I love the sticker. Now you know me, I love wood. And she has been making these really neat, let's see if I can, probably should have shown it in the box. But she's been making these really neat wood charms. Now this is her artwork. Isn't she a good artist? Here's a rosy cow. But these charms have been really nice. I like how they lay. They're very lightweight because they're wood. Aren't they cute? Okay. So she made these bookmarks. A long time ago, I tried making bookmarks like these, and I just never really succeeded. I think I have it in my stash. I have the ribbons and the hardware and everything. But, okay, look at this book. Isn't that a fun book? Look at the bookmark. The bookmark even fits a big book. So it'll fit a big book and a small book. And what I like about this is it detaches. The charm detaches. So you can use it as a progress keeper, or you can switch it out for another one and alternate. Look at this pattern. I'm gonna make this for my daughter. She loves little mice. So I thought that would be a fun pattern. This book is Knitted Toy Tales by Laura Long. Anyway, side note. And then both sides have a charm. Now the exciting thing about this is one of these bookmarks is going to be in the giveaway, along with something else special. So if you have not checked out her Etsy page, go check it out. I'll put all of her information down below. If you have not watched her vlogs, go watch her vlogs. She's delightful. I love seeing everything that she's up to, and it's just like visiting with a friend, and I just really like that a lot. I think that is all for my show and tell. Now, let's talk giveaway. I'm so excited! Ah! Giveaway time! Let's go take a look at all of the goodies that you could win. For this giveaway, I'm going to open it up to anyone in the world. I'll ship it anywhere, so anyone can enter. And there are 3 rules. You have to subscribe to my channel, be a subscriber, like this video, and make a comment down below. And if you could answer the question, what kind of charms would you like to see in the shop? Is there something specific that you'd like me to carve? Do you want to see more colors of toadstools and gnomes? What are your thoughts? What would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below, and that will count as an entry, as your entry. I am going to do a random generator, and that's going to give me a number, and then I'm going to count down to the comments, to your comments, and then you will be a winner, and I'll let you know within a week's time. So first, let's start with Lindsay from Simply Serving. She so generously donated a bookmark and a needle keeper, okay? She packaged it up so nicely. Don't worry, I'll repackage it very nicely. Okay, here we go. So we have a needle minder. I'll have a picture a little bit later so you can see better what it looks like. But this is her art here, and it has a really strong magnet, and you put your needles on there and it keeps track of it for you while you're embroidering. And then one of her bookmarks, and this is the one with the toadstool and a little snail on top. I'm a big fan of her artwork. What's neat is the charm can detach, so you could use it as a progress keeper, or you could just change out the charms. And then it has a really pretty gemstone, green gemstone on the other end. And it fits a pretty big book. So yeah, these are really cool. These are new items to her shop. She's expanding past polymer clay. It's made out of wood. And she puts her artwork on it, and I just think it's fabulous. I'm a big fan of her artwork. Okay. So you will get those two things from Simply Serving. Then next, I contacted Andrea from Woolen Women Fibers. I, for a while now, have been wanting to give away a hand-carved charm. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat to get a matching skein of yarn to match my charm? So first, you will receive a charm by yours truly. And this is a little cactus charm. And Andrea is really good at making beautiful creative skeins of yarn to inspirational photos. So I sent her a photo inspiration. I'll put a picture here. And she designed this beautiful yarn. I just told her what colors I like, that I wanted some purple speckles in it, and look at what she designed. It goes so well with this skein of yarn. Oh, it's so pretty. Wow. You guys, Simply Serving and Woolen Women Fibers have outdone themselves joining my giveaway. I just feel so blessed that they're my friends, not because of all of the amazing things they do, but because they're just so nice and genuine and sweet and kind. They're just lovely people. So yeah, and this is called Prickly Pear. And one of my favorite cactuses is called the Prickly Pear Cactus. And parts of the cactus can have purple in it. And that was kind of my inspiration for that. And as you saw in the inspiration photo, this, of course, is not a prickly pear cactus, but that's okay. It still matches, right? So yeah, that is what you will win. You will win a skein of yarn, a cactus charm, a needle minder, and a bookmark. That's a pretty good haul for a giveaway. So comment below, like this video, and subscribe, and you'll be entered to win. I will also link down below Simply Serving's YouTube channel and Woolen Women Fibers YouTube channel. Go check them out and subscribe. I really like their channels. Lindsay does great vlogs, as I mentioned earlier, and Andrea and her sister and her mom also do podcasts. So that's a really fun channel to see. Also, what do you think? Great giveaway gifts, huh? I just feel so blessed to be able to do this for you, and so thankful to Simply Serving and Woolen Women Fibers for being a part of it. So yeah. I'm going to end the podcast with a little video of what the winner is going to win, so you can see a close-up of the prizes. And my next video will be announcing the winner, so I will see you then. Oh, and don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. The link will be down below, or you can go to thevintagedreamer.com and there will be a link there. I will see you next time. Bye.